Hello, I wasn't sure whether to upload this video or not, because I have done similar ones in the past, but I have nothing to lose, so I will upload it. Somebody might find it interesting or useful, so we shall see anyway. Okay, well, this is the radio over here. This is the module which I put in it that retransmits the audio on FM at low power. Now I was going to retune it, but at the moment on 101.2, which where it was before, I'm now getting nothing at all. That's because I've been twiddling. Oh dear. Twiddling with these capacitors which are in the bandpass filter. I have a bandpass filter because the spectral purity of these modules is absolutely awful. They put noise out all across FM, but trying to tune these horrible little capacitors I used, I think I'm never going to do it. I think I'm going to have to take the top off the box. Okay, take the top off the box, and that's what you can see. That's a helical bandpass filter, and the idea is to try and filter out as much of the crap that this module produces either side of the carrier. And if we look at the spectrum analyzer, we can see, if I take the span out a bit, 10 MHz span, there's still a fair bit of crap, but it's a hell of a lot better without that filter. But the annoying thing is about this filter is the capacitors in it are horrible to adjust. They are really poor quality. They're so touchy. If you can see why I'm tweaking them now, and that's about the best you're going to get. And that is producing, well, it was producing 6 dBm, which is a little bit high. Yeah, 6 dBm, which is 4 milliwatts. Just let me turn something off. Just turning some lights and a soldering iron off. Got to economise as much as possible. So I don't want to produce all that power. I want to knock that down a fair bit, and I also want to retune this, and I think I'm going to take it up to 108 megahertz, which you won't be able to see. Well, you might be able to. It'll go off the screen in a minute. Okay, nearly that. Right, that's now on 108. Now if I the reason I'm doing this is because I've already got one that's running in another receiver, transceiver, that was on 101.2 also. Anyway, frequency 108, and there it is. Of course it's way down there because it needs tweaking, the filter. Let's see if we can tweak it a bit. So touchy, really touchy. Horrible capacitors. Yeah, it's gone up again. That's as good as you get. But the way to get around the power output being too high, if we zoom right into it, I know the camera work is not the best. I don't know if you can see, but at the high impedance end of the filter, the tune circuit, I've got a couple of pieces of wire that go through from one side to the other, not connected, they're just capacitively coupled, and they have the effect of coupling from one stage to the other, and I've obviously got too much coupling. And the other advantage of decreasing the power output is this: the filter will have a higher Q, and in theory it will filter out more of the crap because it'll have a sharper response. So what I'm trying to do is reduce the coupling by pulling the wires through. It's one wire from each side. Okay, I mean, it's not a critical science type thing, it's just a matter of trying to bodge it and get it as best as possible. Now it's really upset it now, of course, so I have to retune again. I wish I had some bad capacitors. These are horrible. I really don't think I've got anything that's any better. I might have a look in a minute, because how this ever worked at all, I don't know. Well, maybe there's just not enough coupling there. It's hard to tell. Oh, this is no good. I'm going to find some bad capacitors if I can. Right, found these. These look much better quality, and no idea what PFs they are. Don't really care. They're going to be quite low, and I'm sure they'll work. So I'm going to solder them in off camera, because it's just too hard otherwise. Okay, well, that was a right hassle trying to solder those bloody capacitors in, and I've got them in now. And I've got one little wire. It goes from that one through, not connected, but just close to the high impedance point. And of course, the lid will not line up now, will it? It might do, with needs a bit of filing, but that comes later. So let's look at the spectrum thing analyzer. And that's what we're going in the moment, on 108, minus 8 dBm. Let's try tweaking, and you can see all the noise on the side band of that signal. So I'll tweak that one. And there we are. Ooh, it's touchy. It'll be alright when the lid's on it, I think. So touchy. 2 dBm. A little bit too much. This is where you just bend the wire, coupling wire. Makes a massive difference, down to minus 10. So bloody critical. -1. That's not too bad. Just less than 1 milliwatt. Let me pause because you don't want to see all this. Okay, I think this is going to have to do. It's around, it will change when I put the top on, of course. It's around -0.8 dBm. Span, spectral purity is fairly good. Peak marker, delta marker. So 800 kilohertz away, it's 40 odd dB down. And this is all the crap I'm trying to filter out either side. And it does spread out. 3 megahertz, it's still down -60. Reasonable. Then to get the top on it now, do the final tweak. Okay. Sorry for banging the camera. I got the lid back on. Drill the holes out so I can get my twiddling stick in it, and doesn't look pretty. Doesn't have to look pretty. It's an RF device. It doesn't care what it looks like. It just works. And the final result, and it's still a bit warm. That's the final spectrum. It might be slightly off. It's gone up since I put the lid on in power. We could spend hours twiddling. Hours and bloody hours twiddling. I think that's good enough, near enough. I can't stop twiddling once I start, that's the problem. It's good enough for me. -1 dBm, roughly. Just below a milliwatt, that's adequate. Let's put it all back in this box. Don't think you need to see any more. Might do a bit when it's plugged in to put back in the box. Back where it lives, in its nice little home. That's this final spectrum again. It's gone up since I put it in, it's gone up to 1 dBm now. No matter, if I wanted to reduce the output, I just cut the aerial shorter. That's all I have to do. Just to prove it does work, I need to, I've got a tuner set to 108, and I need to stick an aerial on the back of the radio, which is now radiating, and that's the tuner volume turned up. Prove that. Fine, it works. I'm glad that's all over. Now I can put the radio back together. Hopefully, finally. Bye for now.